Hey, friends, how are you doing today? All right, I've got a story here I'm going to share with you called Where the Wild Things Are. It's by Maurice Sendak. And as we're reading this story, let's think about setting. And if you think about it, setting, if we remember right, setting is when and where a story takes place. So when and where. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into this book. Where the Wild Things Are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. He is making mischief of one kind and another. Look at that, he's chasing after the dog and he's got a fork in his hand. That's quite mischievous. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. So we think about it here in his bedroom. That would be the first setting where the story is taking place. So there's his room. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. See, there's some trees growing there in his bedroom. Have you ever had a forest grow in your bedroom? No, I haven't either. And the forest grew. Whoa, something weird's happening. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. So now he's in the jungle. He's in a jungle or a forest area here. So that's the setting. And if we look, the moon is out. So at night, so in the jungle at night, would be our second setting, setting number 2, where the story takes place. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. So he's on his boat sailing. Look at that. He even has his name right there. So now the boat is setting number 3. So he sailed off through night and day and in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. There's one of the wild things. Hopefully he's there. We're going to be greeting him friendly to the island. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Woo! Have you ever been to a place like that? I don't know if I would want to. Till Max said, "Be still." And he tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. Oh, I'm sorry. I got caught up in that. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. Wow. So look at that. There's little Max, and there's those big wild things, and he's tamed them. Woo! And they made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. And a rumpus is like a dance, a celebration. Now, we're now on the island of where the wild things are, so that is number 4. That is setting number 4, friends. And so here they are. There's the rumpus. And if we notice, the moon is out, so it's nighttime. And there's Max dancing with them. Oh, look at that. Now it's daytime. So again, daytime and nighttime. When is the story taking place? That's part of our setting. Oh my goodness, and there they are. They're carrying Max around. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. Who did that happen to? I think somebody was sent off to bed without supper. You're right, it was Max. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be somewhere someone loved him best of all. I don't know, looks like the wild things love him. They're having a big rumpus with him. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. What is that smell? So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. So there the wild things are sleeping, and there's Max with his crown sitting all so lonely. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. So there he is. He's saying goodbye to the wild things. So he's back in his boat. He's back in the boat now. And he sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And if you look, it's nighttime again. It's nighttime. So nighttime and daytime are both times that this story takes place. So those are also parts of the setting. So he sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day and into the night of his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him. And see, he's back in his room. There's no more trees and leaves and vines. And right over here is where his dinner's waiting for him. And his dinner was still hot. The end. So, he was gone all that time. It took him a year to get to the land of where the island of where the wild things are. And it took him another year to get back. And yet his dinner was still warm. Wonder about that. I think maybe you guys are right. I bet you Max fell asleep and he had a dream. So he never really left his room. He left in his imagination, but not physically from his room. All right, now, setting. We had several settings. We had Max's bedroom, the boat, we had the island where the wild things are, and then we also had things happening during the day and during the night. So those are 5 different locations or settings that this story took place. Very good. All right, well, friends, I hope you enjoyed the book as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. And so you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.